Hey everybody, it's Jess back with Keto Rewind. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to feature, I guess, my favorite tools and also my menu. Like, everybody keeps asking me in all my comments below, what exactly am I eating? I mean, to be honest, it is quite a high amount of weight to drop in such little time. So I can see why it's getting attention. I've lost 23 pounds in a little over 3 weeks. I'm just started week 4. So I've had 3 complete weeks and I started week 4 on Monday. So today's Wednesday, I'm like 2 days into week 4. But I lost 23 pounds, you know, so that definitely is a huge number. It's not even been a month yet. My month isn't until my next weekly weigh-in. So I still have like a couple days left until the month's over. So I could hit 25 pounds, you know, I don't know, we'll see. But the point being, don't focus on the number so much as how you're losing in general. So get a soft tape measure, measure your waist, your hips, your arms, your thighs. Have like a starting point at the minimum. Have a starting point, because sometimes when you hit a stall on the scale, you're still losing. Keto, you drop weight differently on keto. So you'll go a whole week and not drop anything, and you could drop 6 pounds the next day. You know, it's just, it doesn't come off you the same way it works on other diets. So it's common to have, you know, stalls and drops, and so you can't really focus on the scale. Focus on how your clothes are fitting, how your measurements are. So, but if you don't take those measurements, and you won't know how, if you're losing. So you could get defeated and all that. So take some measurements, stay the course, know that it's normal to hit a plateau on keto. And there'll be ways when I approach a plateau. Right now I've just been dropping, but I will encounter a plateau, and I will definitely make videos and stuff on how to push through. So back on topic, I would say my favorite tool is a kitchen scale. This one I really like because this piece comes off. So if you're measuring like a really big plate, you can't see it, you know, if the plate's covering the numbers. So this one makes it real easy to, like, it just pulls out and then you can still see the number while you're measuring. And I also like it because it lights up. I'm blind as ever. I don't know if you can see that it lights up, but it's really easy to read and it's so accurate. I highly suggest, the biggest thing that keeps you on track, let me grab my phone, is to get some type of a food diary. I particularly like MyFitnessPal. I have not really searched keto ones. This is the first time I've really tried to really hit a journey with keto, and then a lot of new apps have come about. But MyFitnessPal still works fine, and I already know how to use it, so that's why I'm sticking with it. And someday when I have more time, maybe I'll search for another keto app. So if you are on keto and you know of a good keto food diary or app, comment below and let me know, or let others know which one's better than MyFitnessPal. But I am on MyFitnessPal. My name's Keto Rewind, so just spelled as one word. So if you want to see exactly the foods that I'm eating, find me on MyFitnessPal. So I log every single thing I put in my mouth. I do practice intermittent fasting. I would highly suggest you look up intermittent fasting. You can check out Dr. Jason Fung. He's the dietdoctor.com. I'll put links below. Keto and intermittent fasting, or IF, pretty much go hand in hand, because you're not going to be so hungry when you eat keto. To eat that much fat in a day, you seriously will feel full. I've never felt full in my life until I've done keto, and it's crazy because now when I'm eating halfway through a meal, I will get full. And stuff I would eat 3 times that amount before and never feel that fullness, and here I'm eating this small little dinner and I'm like, can't finish it. It's really weird. I'm just like, Kyle, my husband, I'm full, you know, and he'd be like just laughing at me because it's like, it's so weird to feel fullness. And that's another reason why I don't fail. Not hungry. It's not constantly on my mind. So anyways, back on topic. I ramble, sorry. I do take vitamin D3 in a day. There's a lot of great reasons to take vitamin D3. It supports bone, teeth, muscle, and immune health. I take just one of these a day. When I'm sick, I've popped like 2 or 3 of them before in a day. It really helps. You can find these on Amazon. You can buy them at your local grocery store, local health food store. Everybody has D3. Just make sure it's a good quality one. I also take hemp oil. I don't really get too much into this. It's a very controversial subject, but I take hemp oil for anxiety. I feel like it just takes the edge off in my day. And it just allows me to respond better when stress and anxiety happens, which it happens every day. You're never going to get away from stress and anxiety, but I feel like it just takes that edge off. Before that edge, maybe go emotional eat. So it's like one of these, you know, it just helps. I'm going to leave it at that. I'll make a whole nother video on CBD and hemp oil and why you need a high quality one. So I personally purchase from potionsandpots.com. I'll link in the description. And that's the main thing. I don't take any ketones. I just eat the food I'm supposed to be taking. Now, enough on that. Back to the fun stuff. So it's approaching, oh, I'm actually late. I normally don't eat outside. Like, I do intermittent fasting, so I will eat from 12 to 7 or so at night. I'm running late today. It's 12:41. But again, I'm not hungry. It's weird. I haven't eaten since yesterday at like 7:30 and I'm not hungry. So I do drink black coffee and water on my fast, but I don't have anything else. I've heard some people can add heavy whipping cream to their coffee. Some people add butter or make a bulletproof coffee. I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on intermittent fasting. All I know is I personally like my coffee black, so I don't put anything in it. But research that. If you need coffee or something in your coffee, I would suggest you research that in fasting. So I drink black coffee all day. Well, not all day. I sip on it all day in my Yeti cup. And I drink water and herbal teas to get me through my day. So I'm approaching lunchtime, and because I didn't eat breakfast because I was fasting, I will make my breakfast for my lunch. It's really easy. I work from home, so I can easily whip up lunch. It takes 2 seconds, but if you went to a professional environment and you weren't home with a kitchen, you know, you can easily make up eggs ahead of time and reheat them. There's a million ways that you could bring eggs. So high quality eggs. You want eggs that have been free ranging, that literally walked and ate bugs in a pasture. They have the best omegas. The eggs are the most healthy for you. And some days I'll have 3 eggs, some days I'll have 2 eggs. It just depends how I feel, what I'm gonna eat for the afternoon. Tonight's dinner will probably be, I'll figure out. I'm thinking chicken and some roasted vegetables, like grilled chicken and roasted vegetables. So I know if I'm gonna have a lighter dinner, I'll have an extra egg for lunch. So I use Shop at Costco. It's my absolute favorite. Kerrygold, you can get this size for the same price usually as you get the smaller size at a grocery store. So if you have a Costco or some type of a wholesale type warehouse that you can shop at, save money and buy the big one. Like, we go through one of these probably like every 2 weeks. There's a lot in here, but we use lots of butter. The cool thing is Kerrygold also carries cheese. This is a block of cheddar cheese. I've already opened it. I would recommend you to shred your own cheese. When you get shredded cheese that's at the grocery store, it's usually shredded and then mixed with like potato starch or some type of a starch to make it so it stays shredded and not sticking to each other. So that's hidden sugars that you're not planning on eating. So if you're like down there really close to your goal weight, and you're wondering why you're not losing weight, it's little stuff like that, those hidden ingredients that you don't really know unless you like read the back of the packaging. This is a block of cheddar cheese. There's 0 carbs in this because it's a solid block, and I'm just going to shred it myself. I put it in my own food processor, or I take one of those, well, this one's a small one. I have a bigger one, it's in the dishwasher. But you just take a little cheese grater and you know, I put a bowl on my scale and I measure, what is it, 28 grams. And then there's my serving of cheese. It's measured and it doesn't have any extra carbs that it wouldn't have because there's no added starches to it. So it's like one of those really hidden, you have to read your labels. If you literally just want cheese, get the block. Plus there's way more flavor in a block than in the packaged style cheese. So obviously I shop at Costco. The other package had the label on it, so I can't tell you. But I like the thick sliced Costco bacon. Also, another hidden ingredient is sugar and bacon. So read the back of your package. Make sure you're getting uncured, like real bacon. You're not getting like maple flavored or something, because those little bits add up when you're trying to standard 20 net carbs. So my lunch today will either be, I think I might do Canadian bacon. Let me see. I like to do Canadian bacon as my side, or I'll do, we buy in bulk because we eat so much. But here's Canadian bacon. It's the Costco brand again. So I will have 3 pieces of Canadian bacon and 2 eggs, and I'll cook it in butter. So I'll show you that in just a minute. Okay, so now we are back. I have butter in my pans. Swirl it around. I'm gonna cook my eggs in this pan, and I'm gonna cook my bacon over here. I just get the butter around so that they're non-stick pans, but you know how that goes. So the serving size for Canadian bacon is 3 pieces. And Canadian bacon is so yummy. And it's so easy to make. So, whew, doesn't want to focus. I'll turn this one down because it's getting too hot. I don't think I need my light so bright. And in the miracle of time, a little salt and pepper. I am team, I don't like my egg yolks runny. Do you like your eggs runny, or do you like them dry? I had salmonella poisoning when when I was little, so I like my stuff cooked. Change out, get rid of that gross table salt that's the stuff that's white. Get rid of that. You do not need that anymore. You want pink Himalayan sea salt, and that's because it will help give you the vitamin and minerals that you're taking out of your diet. When you eat processed foods, they put all those vitamins and minerals in your food. So when you cut all the processed foods out of your diet, you're also cutting out all the vitamins and minerals that they normally add. So in order to naturally get those back, you eat a balanced diet, obviously, and pink Himalayan salt. And you can put as much on as you want. The more salt, the better. I'm a big fan of salt in my food. So that was another perk to do keto. I love salt. Now you take your cheese, block of cheese, and a grater. And then log all your food. And through the miracle of time, here's my 260 calorie lunch. So I have 2 eggs with cheese on, melted cheddar cheese, and 3 pieces of Canadian bacon. I'm gonna go enjoy this. I'll see you at lunch. Actually, I'll see you at my snack time next. Bye. Okay, it's snack time. I thought I would show you what I do on a typical day for snacks. We need to go grocery shopping, so we're like on the end of everything. But one of my favorite go-to snacks is nuts. They're high in fats. They help get my macros, you know, because it's hard to eat that much fat in a day. But I did realize not all nuts are created equal. Right now I can get away with eating a lot of cashews, but as I continue on my journey, I will not be so lucky. You would want peanuts instead of cashews. Looking at the back, in 1 ounce, peanuts have 8 carbs. That's a lot. If you only can have 20 a day and one little serving of nuts has 8 carbs, you don't want cashews. Peanuts so I swapped cashews for peanuts. Not saying I can't have cashews, but I gotta watch my cashews. I can't have too many. Just plain dry roasted salted peanuts. In 1 ounce, there's only 5 carbs, but there's also 2 grams of fiber. So that makes these 3 net carbs in 1 ounce. So this is 3 versus 8. A great snack. It looks like you're getting a ton because peanuts are small, but measure them. So I'll get a serving of nuts. It's not that many, but if you eat them one at a time, you know, and not just like, these are great little crunchies. You can add nuts to salads. You just get that crunch. So, and if you didn't eat much during the day, you need to add some easy fat, nuts. So I do nuts as one of my snacks. My other one is pepperoni. Like I said, we are just about out. I'm not sure if you have boar's head by you, but boar's head pepperoni is like my go-to. They have very minimally processed meats. They're high quality meats. A whole ounce of pepperoni is 16 slices. So it's a great fat. My kids love pepperoni. I also sometimes I hit like a 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Like it's the time of day I want a snack. Usually I'm at the end of my work day. I've got the crazy part of the day taken over, and now that 3 o'clock hits and I'm just ingrained to want to eat or snack or drink something. So I like to make my own herbal teas. My mom has a herbal tea business, and I drink a lot of her herbal teas. Not only when you take away all the crappy drinks that you were eating, like sodas, lemonades, just sugary drinks, you still have to replace it with something. So why not replace it with something that actually helps you? So herbal teas, I get mason jars, and this one is just a black tea today. It's what I felt like having today. I usually do like 3 tea bags for each mason jar. Boil up the water, and then I made fresh tea, and I can have that hot, or I can put ice on it and have iced tea all day. And that's when you just need something, like, especially that first week, it was so hard to fight through those cravings that first week. I almost gave in. If somebody would have came in with like a big cake or something, or I totally would have probably caved and had a piece of cake. It wasn't until the end of that first week that I actually felt like I could do this, because all of a sudden I went from having no energy, no stamina, to feeling like a new person, literally feeling like a new person. So that gave me enough willpower to make it through that first week without any cheating. Second week, it was easier. I had tons of energy. I felt so awesome. It kept me strong. Week 3, I'm like, what sugar? What sugar? Huh? Sugar? You know? But occasionally something stresses me out, something that normally makes you go crazy and wants to like help you revert back to your old ways. having an herbal tea, just something to just, you know, transfer your addiction, but transfer it to something better, like water instead of food. So anyways, find a way to, you know, whether it be waters, flavored waters, sparkling waters. Here's another great one. I hope yes, I do. I love sparkling waters. This is my favorite. It's by Dasani. Trying to get that to focus. It's called Dasani Sparkling Lime Water. There's 0 calories, 0 sugar, nothing, but it's got a little bubbles. So it just makes you feel like you're having a soda. Great swap the soda out for a sparkling water. And I also make an alcoholic drink for like the weekends. Do a shot of tequila with this, and it's not like having a margarita, but it's another great drink. And I've also done Coke Zero with rum. You're never gonna get like, you still want to live your life, but you just gotta find different alternatives that can keep you keto. So sparkling waters, teas, coffee, that's about my main drinking stuff. If I really want to splurge, I'll do a Coke Zero. It's not something I have a lot, but sometimes you just want a soda. And as long as you're only having one in a month, no big deal. But if you're having them like multiple times every day, you're really gonna wean off the soda. But at least if you're gonna drink soda, drink the Coke Zero, don't drink the regular. It's not a good habit. You gotta look into teas. You gotta be a fan of tea. It's much better than drinking soda. But I'm not saying that you can't ever have soda again, but just limit them. It's all about moderation. And if you want something in between, do a sparkling water. So you're still getting the bubbles, and you know, and it's good. And through the miracle of time, I have diced up a tray full of broccoli and a tray full of yellow squash and zucchini. This is what we'll do this with a side of chicken. We just switch up the vegetables. My recipe pretty much stays the same, but I'll change the recipes so that, you know, it's different. I'm sorry, I'll change the vegetables so it's different and you don't get sick of the same foods. But I don't eat a ton of variety right now because I know these foods will give me a loss. So until I hit a plateau or something, I'm pretty much sticking to the same foods right now. Right now I know green leafy vegetables and minimal dairy, like I'll eat cheese and whole heavy whipping cream, but I don't have a ton of cheese. So I just want to like limit my dairy because it adds up. There's carbs in dairy. And vegetables. Vegetables also, depending on which ones, some are higher in carbs. So you gotta pay attention, but for the most part, asparagus, kale, broccoli, like lettuce, all the lettuces, cabbage, those green leafy veggies are like my go-tos. I will have those once every week, once or twice, in a various combination. Zucchini is a little higher, but it's mostly water weight. Because there's a lot of water in zucchini, so this looks like a lot, but it's going to shrink way down. But my favorite way to do red vegetables is I like to roast them. And when it comes to broccoli, I scooch it all in the pan. It came in a bag from Costco. If you like broccoli in this house. My kids will eat their weight in broccoli. I mean, it's amazing. They won't eat broccoli that's just been steamed that you get at a restaurant. They only eat my mom's vegetables. So that's because I make them taste good. I put olive oil in a little squirter bottle. I know, because I've used this so much, how much I'm using, but I'll typically do 2 tablespoons of oil per person. So on both of these trays, there's probably going to be about 16 tablespoons of oil. And this is olive oil I got from Costco. Get a good quality olive oil. Don't get the cheap stuff. Get good olive oil. Because again, good fats. So this is going to be for 4 people. So I do 2 tablespoons or so, which will pretty much kill this bottle. 2 tablespoons per person. So we'll see. The veggies don't use quite as much, but so I'll just drizzle the olive oil on here. And plus, when you use a squirt bottle, you kind of have really good coverage. And then I'll put the rest on here. I don't have to do quite so much on the, the zucchini, because it's going to get a lot of water, so you don't need too much moisture, so I'll just put the rest on the broccoli. And I'll refill this. I know, based on the size of this, how many meals my family can get out of that one. That's why I'm not measuring it right now, but if you're not sure, measure. And then for the zucchini, I don't put anything but salt and pepper on the broccoli, but for the zucchini, I'll add a little garlic powder. These turn into like little pieces of goodness. They're so yummy. And Italian seasoning. And then, of course, like I said earlier, pink salt. You gotta change your salt. Don't use white table salt. Use pink Himalayan salt. It's got the minerals in it. And I heavily salt my food, because you do need quite a bit of sodium, because you're kicking out all of those processed foods where they've added the sodium for you that you didn't know you were eating. Well, if you're feeling sluggish, it's because you're not getting enough sodium. So I salt and pepper them heavily. Again, this is for 4 people. And I'll salt and pepper. I have to go lighten the pepper. My kids hate pepper. I love pepper. And use your hands. It's good oils for your hands. Mix it all up so it's all incorporated. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees and roast these until they're slightly burned. Like, you want to see a little black on there. That's when you know they're done. So I typically will do this tray, both of them together in my oven, obviously, and then spread them back out once you do that. I'll do them 400 degrees for 20 minutes. You can stop halfway and turn them if you like, or you can leave them in there the whole time. But 400 degrees for 20 minutes. Then I take them out and I'll just give it a visual look. And then I'll know if it's not quite done, I'll give it maybe 5 more minutes. But you pop them in the oven, get them out in 20 minutes. By that time, your chicken's done cooking. And that's it. I will serve, my kids love ranch dressing. They dip their vegetables. It gets them to eat it, but I make the homemade keto ranch. And they'll just dip their veggies and their chicken in ranch. And that's it. That's how I get them to eat keto. So I can cook this, and that's it. My day's done. Once I've eaten this and I finished my tea, I'm done until tomorrow at noon. I'm not going to eat anymore. No more snacking. So that's when my fasting window begins. Right now I'm in it. It closes at 7. So if you want to see more videos like this, I hope you really enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button. Please, 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 please hit that subscribe button. Follow me on my journey. And I will see you at the next video. Leave a comment if you want me to give you my recipe for. I have a ton of recipes that I'm doing. I'll probably make a more specific recipe video next. So, but if there's one that you're curious on what to do, leave a comment below and I will make a video. So I will see you at the next time. This is Jess and you're watching Keto Rewind. Bye.